Hello and welcome to another episode of On Fire here on Daily Mirror Online. I'm Easwaran Rutnam. The issue of gas, fuel, food and medicine are some of the matters that are dominating Sri Lanka these days. And with me today to discuss the gas shortage and how this is going to be resolved is the chairman of Litro Gas, Mr. Muditha Peiris. Welcome to the program. So, like I said, gas is, of course, one of the key issues here. I mean, people, of course, depend a lot on gas for cooking and all that. What is the status quo right now with the gas supplies?
Firstly, I must thank you, give me opportunity. Status of the gas shortage right now, we have already received about 4 shipments, 3 shipments with 3,700 plus metric tons each, and we have already issued about 600 plus thousand cylinders to the market. Mainly, out of that 600,000, 12.5 kgs we have issued around more than 95%, and the rest 5% is with 5 kgs and 2.3 kgs. And we have currently 1 shipment in Keravalapitia. It should start unloading maybe early morning tomorrow. So with that, after that, there will be about 6 to 7 shipments during month of July. Up to 31st July, we have ordered about 33,000 metric tonnage for the month of July. So we are very confident that we should be able to get rid of all the queues, long queues in the country at the moment by 31st of July.
What's our demand like? How much of consumers are there?
Per month, yeah, it's per month. It's about 25,000. Or sometimes it goes up to about 28,000, but it is always between 25 and 28 range.
Could this shortage of gas issue have been prevented? Could we have foreseen this issue early itself, and could steps have been taken, in your opinion, to prevent this shortage?
Yeah, it should have easily prevented a long time ago. So, but unfortunately, when I took over the office very recently on the 15th of June, so there were absolutely no single ship scheduled at that point. So the challenge was to reschedule and get the suppliers on board again, and then other challenge was the World Bank, convincing the World Bank and get their funds also, and which we have successfully managed. For me, I can now confidently say that up to next 4 months at this moment, we have secured the supply source, supply line, the product, and we are, as a country, we will have enough of LPG up to October end.
You are coming into this position in a very challenging period,
yes.
And your past, the chairmans also had to either step down or were replaced. Was there a situation where, past administrations did not pre-plan and, ensure that proper steps were taken? You said that, certain
I think they have not taken proper steps at the right times, I would say. And we have a very wonderful team, very experienced team and officers, team of officers in Litro Gas. So with all that, I think the proper actions were not taken the right times. So that is why we are experiencing a gas shortage, because 2015 to 20, I was here as the managing director and the chief executive officer. So
and these issues were not there back then?
Not really,
not
no.
To this extent,
not to this extent at all, no.
How much does Litro depend on the government for financial support and backing to ensure the operations continue smoothly?
Nothing at all. We have our own funds always. We are not depending on treasury or anything. But recently we had to go to. They have gone to a borrowing, that is before me taking over the office, for up to about 6 billion rupees from the Bank of Ceylon. So other than that, normally my experience is we have never borrowed any money from the treasury, and we always depend on our own money, own funds.
And there has been concerns about the quality of gas as well. That was one of the issues that was highlighted in the recent past. Is that issue now resolved?
It is 100% resolved. As a gas, as Litro gas, we don't think there were issues in relation of this gas composition or gas profile or anything, because it is certified by the world recognized laboratories and world recognized bodies like Bureau Veritas and the police reports and some of the labs here too. So there's nothing to do with the gas proposition or gas composition or gas profile. But there can be always the hoses. If the people use low quality hoses or low quality regulators, so those we cannot take the responsibility as a gas company. But for us, the gas we have supplied or rather imported is best quality, and it's all within the
so consumers
standards.
Don't have to worry about the
not at all. Not at
gas.
all. No, not at all. Can confidently say that.
COPE, I believe, in one of its recent meetings, had also raised concerns about financial mismanagement in the previous administration.
Yeah.
Is that something that you now are looking into? I mean, there needs to be accountability, surely, if there was mismanagement, shouldn't there?
Yeah, I think it is all regard to the supply, the current supply, and there was a supplier called CM Gas, one Thailand supplier, we not awarded the tender. So why we did not award the tender to CM Gas, which is a Thai-based company, is when we requested, when Litro, this is all happened well before me taking over the office, when we requested for 15,000 metric tons, which is sufficient for half a month, they have confirmed only 6,600. So, which is enough for just for 5-6 days basically. So we had to go for another supplier. We had to assess the supply. We had to evaluate the supply, and we got the cabinet approval. The cabinet itself appointed another committee called Standard Appointed Procurement Committee. They also assessed the supply, and finally we took the decision. Current supply is the best supplier to who has the capacity to supply this kind of situation. So with all that, I believe we have taken the right decision by selecting the current supplier, not because of anything, but the capacity, because the earlier supplier or the supplier, the Thai-based supplier, I don't think they would have supplied enough of stocks for the country.
Why do you think the authorities had faith in you that you can come in and turn around the situation, especially a very critical situation right now?
Mainly because of I was the one who led the Litro gas and Litro terminals from 2015 to 20. Under my leadership, we paid $11 billion rupees to the treasury, the government, through our parent company. And then with my leadership, we introduced 1 million plus new customers for the cylinders. When I started 2015, the market share was somewhere around 69% for Litro gas, and I managed to increase it up to about 78%. So 1% is equivalent to about 250,000 new cylinder customers. So with all this, I'm sure those were the main reasons the political authorities to select me, assess me, and appoint me as the chairman of Litro gas.
How is the company, obviously with this current situation, the company would have gone through some financial difficulties.
Yes.
Are you all in a position to now recover slowly?
Yes, we are in the stage of recovering now, because I remember when I left 2020, January, there were about 21 billion odd rupees in our fixed deposits. But today we have borrowed about 8 billion odd rupees from BOC also, after spending that all whatever we had before. But with this situation, the government had given us a price increase also. We increased recently also about 50 rupees. So with all that, we are in a manageable status now. We are recovering now.
Do you think that now, of course, people depend a lot on Litro. There is a private company as well, but people still depend a lot on Litro. Do you think that we need more players in the market to ensure that our demand is met, or is Litro able to meet the demand?
I think Litro and the our competitor Labs, we can manage. I mean, all these years, last 2-3 decades, we have managed only between Labs and Litro. Litro enjoys about 80 odd market share right now, and 20% for Labs. I'm sure if the dollar shortage and the economic crisis can be handled, managed, and then if Labs also give their inputs and importing gas for that 20%, we can easily manage the full market share.
There's also some concerns, I believe, raised on the pricing methodology for gas. Do you think that the pricing system is fair, the way you price domestic gas?
It wasn't fair earlier, but recently we managed to, with the help of Treasury, the Finance Ministry, we have put a pricing formula in place. Now we are increasing the price or decrease the price based on that pricing formula. That is how recently we experienced 50 rupees increase. But we are waiting. We have got some info which I can't confirm right now, that the price, the high probability the price can be go down, the world gas price also. So with that opportunity, I'm sure we can reduce the price also, maybe next month or month after next.
Do you depend on dollars also from the central bank or the treasury, or do you have your own funds?
We do, sometimes we do, but in our case we manage World Bank funds up to 70 million. So up to October end we will not have a dollar problem at all, or rather the dollar shortage will not impact the Litro gas anymore. But yes, when I started first, that was one of the challenges I faced also. So I had to look for dollars, and then I had support from the Export Association. They helped us, and then with the Prime Minister's office to Treasury Secretary and the Governor, they all helped. So with all that help, we managed the dollar shortage.
Do you see that you said since in October this issue might not arise?
Yes.
But can this continue? Can the gas issue now be permanently resolved, or is it too early to say that?
We are trying to solve it for at least for next 1.5 years. We are trying to float the next term tender. This is because we have a 4 months signed agreement only now. So we are going to float another new tender within next maybe next week or week after next. So with that, we are trying to secure the supply and the agreement for at least next 1 year to 18 months. So I'm sure that will give us enough of stocks and enough of security for the next 1.5 years.
Will global issues or are global issues impacting your operations as well? Like the conflict
for
in
me,
Russia?
Yeah, it can always happen, like the problems, issues like Ukraine and Russian gas market, and the European market is more trying to buy goods from Gulf. This thing, it can affect, but for me, my personal experience and what I gathered, it's not going to be in a very, very high level demand. It will be always affordable level. We can keep the price at affordable level. That's what my personal opinion.
And of course, this crisis has also opened the market for the black market.
Yes.
We see gas being sold by individuals, being hoarded as well.
Yeah.
How is Litro looking into that?
What our message is the people, for the general public, is now our price is 4,910 rupees, and we have enough of stocks, and we have about 33,000 stock for the month of July, and every single empty cylinder we are going to replace with the filled cylinders. So there's no, I can't see a reason why people want to buy paying higher price other than 4,910. and up next week or week after, by next week after next, we will make sure every village or every city, they'll have enough of all our dealers. We have about good almost 14,000 dealers island wide. So we will make sure every dealer has enough of stocks from their dealer points, so people can easily go and buy as usual.
So we will definitely see an end to this.
Of
at least
course,
the gas,
yes,
right?
we are very confident that we should be able to get rid of the gas queues by end of the month.
And what's your future plans for Litro as a company?
As a company, mainly one of our main limitations right now is the terminal limitation of storage. So our plan is to expand the storage up to about 6. Now we have about 8,000 metric tonnage storage. So our plan is, the next main plan is to expand it up to about 16 to 18,000 storage. So with that storage capacity, I'm sure for next 3-4 decades we can easily go by with that kind of a capacity storage. That's where it is.
Right. So we will leave it at that. Thank you for joining us on the program today.
Thank you very much.
And that's all the time we have for you on Fire for this week. Do join us again next week for another episode of On Fire here on Daily Mirror.